The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, The Money Masters. And now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you being with us today. We get the Dow up 39, NASDAQ up 13, S&P's up 6. You got gold down 8, silver's off 74. We got platinum down 12, bonds are up 14, King dollars up 20, euros down 10. Ho, ho, ho.
Santa Claus rally, baby.
I'm telling you, it's going to get interesting here because there's no doubt, the market doesn't want to back off. I mean, the way it's trading out here today, though, is going to get interesting. It's like, okay, you're going to come right back up to that
I know.
12.
Just to wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see whether I want that 1292 tagged, man.
I know you do.
I'd love to see it tagged. Before we go home tomorrow.
Exactly.
And it doesn't look like it's going to be. But, hey, bottom line, we get it tagged, before the new year. That's just as good. So it's going to be wild. I mean, what you're going to have out here, folks, okay, you talk about volume dying on the ground. Well, here,
look at that.
It's already done it.
Yeah.
It's died on the vine.
Yeah.
And big time.
People have checked out.
There's no reason. There's a reason to check out. It's like, hey, what are you talking about?
Everybody works hard, and you get to this point in time, and
totally.
So
it's 75 degrees out. What the heck are we doing? We're here.
We got to take the show outside. Just put it on the boat.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact.
That's the technology we need.
That is the technology. I'll tell you. What's funny is that the wireless technology, folks, is in the Gulf of Mexico is pretty good. I mean, you can go out pretty far.
Yeah.
And
that's a nice tool to be able to have that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you've done the show, when the hosts have done the show, I mean, I've been out pretty far in the Gulf listening to it, and it's hilarious, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm diving in the water and saying, "Hey, I like this, man."
I love it.
Yeah, it's funny. I guess it's so flat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it goes quite a while.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Well, look, the problem, and I was talking about it in my in the opening segment. It's it's when we've talked about it so often, and we will just simply is the euro,
Yes.
and the way that it's trading, until somebody wants to go out and buy euros.
Sorry, folks.
Until somebody wants to go out and buy euros,
right?
Our market is not going to be able to move up much higher.
Yeah, I know.
That's the correlation is there. And actually, what would be great is to watch the correlation disappear for a day.
Right. Well, hey,
push the market up and let the euro stay where it's at. That would be a nice Christmas present.
You know how bizarre. I mean, folks, if you listen to CNBC this morning, you had Jeremy Siegel on here, right?
Okay.
Now, Jeremy Siegel, teaches at Wharton.
Right.
Stocks for the long run.
Right.
Absolute gaff. I mean, the bottom line is that it's
as far as what he's looking at to make his decisions, is that or
okay? So let's just it blows my mind that basically he's at Wharton. Okay, Wharton's one of the best business schools in the world, and he keeps defending.
It's not better than TFNN.
It's
University.
Listen,
are you kidding me?
There's no doubt about it.
Okay, all right,
okay?
Good. Okay.
It's this morning, so he's going. His whole deal is stocks for the long run. I said, okay. So I was laughing. I said, stocks for the long run. I said, what is everyone going to live to 200 years old, man?
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's usually going back to 1998.
Okay, yeah. Okay, but it gets better. Because then he goes on, and this is where, folks, this is what is really cool about when you wrap your head around something, folks, and you actually do it versus just basically, write papers or whatever, gets done out there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes.
He's saying also, and the bummer is that none of the other hosts challenged him on this. He's saying that he thinks stocks can go up 15% next year, right?
Okay.
And then he's saying that the euro's going to $1.10.
Yeah, well, that correlation doesn't flow.
Exactly. So I was waiting. I says, okay, man, Joe, Becky, Andrew, who's going to challenge him on this thing? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, folks, what you have to do is depend on yourself. That's the real bottom line. There's no doubt about it. And what you also want to make sure you understand, and there's so many things that you can remember in life, and I think the way that our minds work, you want to pick out the ones that you think are important, no matter what that is, right?
Sure, absolutely, that's right.
So, there's a lot of things that happened this morning on the program that were pretty cool, actually, and that were absolutely not factual. And the next one was this. This was pretty cool. So, you had...
well, not factual. Okay, go ahead.
Not factual, well, this one here is not factual in the case of, as to what the rap is at one point versus another one. Now, they had Stephen Roach on.
Okay.
Now, was always a huge Morgan Stanley guy. He's in charge of the... I think he's also teaching now, but he has still some position. Well, okay, so what he was talking about, and this is what's really wild, is that, you know, you can learn, we can teach you about the patents in about 2 seconds. There's no doubt about that, okay?
Yeah.
You know, and that's what's so cool about that, you can really just make money, folks, okay? This part here is a little bit different because this is just cycles in the marketplace and understanding, you know, where views were at one point versus another versus what positions are.
Okay.
And he was talking about that, you know, he was saying that people come on CNBC and they're saying that, oh, China's still a mess. And, you know, he didn't feel that that's the case. And it's amazing because everything that
which part of China was,
it gets better. No, it gets better. Everything that Stephen Roach wrote about.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
When China was going up the whole time, he was writing that there's no way this is real, that China's going to bust.
Okay, well, okay.
But it's amazing. So the same thing happened there. I'm saying to myself, okay, hold it. You know, why aren't they saying that? Hold it, Stephen, you wrote that China's going to bust. Now it busted.
Yeah.
And he was claiming that, no, but of course that's his position now in China. You know, and it was just interesting listening to the whole deal because, and I can tell you, you know, bonds, folks, absolutely going to still go to the moon. You had Pimco out there, and he's saying that no, equities are a better deal. Yeah, the biggest bond guy in the world.
That's what he was pushing. Huh?
That's what he was saying, and that was music to my ears, basically. The reason being is that music to the ears there is that, you know, rates.
For a rate. We want low rates for extended periods of time.
Well, and that he's the biggest bond guy in the world, and he's saying that no, you know...
Yeah.
Equities are where it's at.
Yeah. Well, as far as China is
he's got beat up. That's the bottom line, you know.
Yeah.
Wild. The whole thing is wild, man, you know. And, you know, the euro part of it, the dollar part of it is where it's at.
Well, yeah. I mean, until there's some type of major shift that the correlation goes away, but that's not going to be that's not anytime soon.
No.
You know, and then look, we look at the charts, and the charts absolutely give us a really good direction of where the markets are going. These patterns they complete, why they go down to those, why they make A to B equals C to D's, why they do the retracements to these levels. You know, well, first it's really because everybody has patterns. You know,
absolutely.
Everybody has patterns. The way to, you know, if you're not happy with your life, really you just got to change your patterns. You change your patterns, and trust me, it'll make a huge difference.
It absolutely does. And then you don't even know why everything's going so smooth.
That's right.
Isn't that funny how that works, though?
That's right.
And that's what happens, folks. When you do, everything's going smooth. You say, wow, this is really smooth. It's like, you know, you're on the right side of the trend.
Yeah.
It's really crazy, but that's a fact. You know?
And so, you know, what I do like about the what's on my screen is the pattern for the Shanghai, and you know, which just continues to get crushed. It's on its way to complete an A to B equals C to D, which would complete right around the 2120 area. The 786 retracement from its lows, and the high that was made in the Shanghai goes back to the week of August of 2009, August 7, 2009. The low here that we're taking a look at came in on October of 2008, October 31st of 2008. And so you've got this range here between where the A to B completes.
Okay.
You know, there's A, B, C, D, and the 786, which is, you know, not too bad of a range. You get 20, 30-point range, if you will.
Right.
Which is 1%. That's 1% when you're taking a look at the Shanghai. And what's also nice is you can see that the angle that it's making the C to D, starting to peter out. It's losing energy. It doesn't have the same thrust, if you will, on the way down. So, that does look like a, right now, markets are still going down over there. And they're going to continue to go down for a bit. Doesn't have too much longer to go, maybe about 150, 200 points, something like that.
And I know they close for about 10 days, and that's going to get
during their New Year,
yeah,
which usually it's like in about the February time
it's
frame.
February,
I
okay.
think.
Yeah, you're right. You're right in the context that it's definitely February. There's no doubt about that. But it seems like they do shut down. Yeah. But yeah, totally.
Because when I had my crystal business in the theme parks, we were importing millions of dollars worth of glass each year, and from a planning standpoint, we just simply had to make sure that we knew, because there are a couple different times of the year where the folks there will basically shut down and they'll go back home and visit. And you had to make sure that you had things all figured out. Because you didn't want that, unless you weren't managing your assets, your inventory, and you were sitting on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Right. Amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Sorry, folks.
How you feeling?
I feel good, man.
Okay, good.
I didn't cough all night. I get up this morning, worked out for a while, was all right, and then I start coughing again.
Yeah.
It's done. It's over.
We're on the mend. When we get back here on Tuesday,
that's right.
We're going to be 2,000%, right?
Big time. And refuse to get sick at all in 2012.
Oh, absolutely.
No doubt about that, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's take a look at, what do we got? We got anything, so you got, good old Bank of America's up 10 cents. That's miracles do happen. Oh, this is interesting. Micron Tech, so check this out. Micron was down.
Yesterday, yeah.
Well, Micron was down yesterday. Micron come out with numbers. This is pretty wild. You talk about wild, folks.
Wow.
So this is down 20 cents after the close last night. And
what's that symbol, MU? Yeah.
MU, it's going after juice, and you can see when you get these high volume spikes what they like to do. It's just crazy. It's like, okay, someone else was already in that, bought it. Bottom line is that this thing wants to go.
Well, at least go test the
exactly.
From the 17th,
go bang out $7 and see what it can do at $7 up there.
Yeah, pretty amazing. I was listening to you. I think it was yesterday when you were talking about Micron.
Okay.
And you're going over the margins that they're working on. Such a thin margin.
Right.
Compared to Cisco, I think, or
that compared to Oracle. 15% versus 47%.
Yeah.
That's pretty. That's intense. There's no doubt about it. I mean,
it's tough running, and they don't make any money, right? Micron's not making any money.
No, they've been losing money forever.
Yeah, and running a business where your net margin is 15%, that makes it really, really tough.
Dangerous, no doubt. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming back with Todd from Denver, Colorado. We have the Dow right now at 41, Nasdaq up 13, S&P's up 6, gold down 10, silver off 16, platinum down 20, bonds up 20. We're going to be right back.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks. Just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Is the fast-moving investment world challenging the way you think about managing risk and return? You don't have to go it alone. Directions Alternative Strategy Funds feature built-in tactical management to help you find clarity for the path ahead. Direction Funds. I'm with X. To learn more about Directions Alternative Strategy Funds, please visit TFNN.com and click on the Direction Funds banner or call 877-434-9363. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information about Direction Funds. The prospectus should be read carefully before investing. To obtain a prospectus, go to directionfunds.com. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. The use of leverage by a mutual fund increases the risk to the fund. The more a fund invests in leverage instruments, the more leverage will magnify gains or losses on those investments. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Hi, folks. Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you, folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We do appreciate you being with us as we're coming into this great holiday season. There's nothing like it, man.
Absolutely.
Telling you. What are you cooking for Christmas?
Turkey and ham.
Turkey and ham.
Got to pick up the honey-baked ham.
Honey baked ham.
Yeah.
I think we're having lasagna. I think I'm going to cook a Chateaubriand.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I haven't had that forever.
Yeah, isn't that good?
Yeah.
Let's get to Todd in Denver. Hey, Todd, what's happening, brother?
Not much, Tom. How are you?
Doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
Oh, great day. We're getting dumped on here in Denver.
Oh, that's what you need, man. You need
That's
that white
great.
gold for all those tourists to come in.
Exactly.
That's perfect, man.
It is good timing.
Is it going to stick?
Oh, the mountains will get plenty more, and yeah, it'll be around for a while.
Okay, good. Winter's finally here.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. Oh, it's the first day of winter.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. How
That's
about
right.
that?
Yeah, right on time, man.
Yeah, I celebrate that. The days have been getting too short around here.
Yeah. You know, I mean, that does make a big difference, man. When I used to have those offices up in Alaska, let me tell you something. That was pretty intense.
Yeah, I'll bet.
You know?
bet. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like. I prefer light.
Yeah,
Give
me
me
too,
light.
man.
Give me
Let me tell you
light,
something.
you know?
Walking down the street at 10:30 in the morning, and you just see a glimmer of the horizon just come up and just touch.
Yeah. You got to really focus on staying positive.
Yeah, you do.
know?
You do.
Yeah.
I was an animal then anyway, so it didn't matter. I was trading in London, but that was at the Bakewell Bonds at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'd get up, do some business there, go back to bed. Oh, my God, it's sick.
Oh, that's great.
What are we going to look at?
Well, can I get your take on research in motion?
Research in motion.
It had some volume and a big jump yesterday, and I was wondering, has it bottomed out, or?
No, I'd take research in motion and throw it off one of those mountains you have in Denver. I listen. I can see. There's no doubt that you had that pop yesterday, but I wouldn't put anyone into research in motion. Period. And the reason being is that when you do bring this back, okay, the way that this is set up is that I put this on a monthly. This can go to $7.58, I think it is. $7.67.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and there's, you'd have to go back to January of 2004, and for maybe a year or so, 2 years before that, those are the only people who possibly could even be in the money right now.
Yeah.
That's a nasty thing.
And it is. And what you
popped yesterday, on a rumor or what have you.
Well,
no real reason.
That's right. What you will have with it, okay? The real key is going to be, and that's why people will go into it, Todd, and saying, okay, do they have enough patents that are out there that it's worth it for someone else to buy them? Because the big deals with patents. I think it's a done deal, meaning that the stock's over. It's kaput. It's done. Things move too fast in technology. You lose it, which they did. Why do you need a BlackBerry? You only need a BlackBerry, if you're in the different planet.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean they'd really have to have something in order to get any kind of premium on the stock. They'd really have to have something that's so valuable. And if they did, the stock wouldn't be trading like this.
Well, listen, when you think back on BlackBerries, right? They were precious. All the CEOs had them. That was the big deal, right?
Yeah.
The last gold conference that I went to, right? The gold conferences are absolutely the one time whether I'd be around 7 to 8 CEOs at the same time of huge companies, right?
Yeah.
Out of all of them, only one had a BlackBerry this time. Because every single one of them coming up.
I
wanted to know.
Yeah, you see phones everybody has. Yeah.
Well, no, because also before, okay, if I go back 6 years, you remember with the BlackBerry, it was the PIN, right?
Yeah.
And I had everyone's PIN number then, okay? And the bottom line is that was the big deal. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
One thing you have a BlackBerry, do you have someone's PIN at the same time? Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, corporate-wise, once they lost that market, it's like, are you going to beat Apple? I don't think so.
Yeah.
And now you get Android that's going after them, which is the same deal. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and I have an Android, but those two phones are just dynamite, man. I mean, they do everything. Actually, my Android's better than Angie's Apple right now.
Yeah.
I think I have to get her another Apple.
Yeah.
Because the Androids, I just talk to it. It does anything I want.
It's great.
It does anything I want. I say
drive me home.
I say set up a Gottlieb. It sets up a Gottlieb. Even if the Gottlieb's not out there, it'll set it up for me. I say, thank you, Android.
That's great.
Any chance we change gears and how about back? I think if they're in home building, HOV.
HOB. You stay right there. We'll get our hammer and nails out and see what we're talking about. And now we're talking, man. You're talking my language now.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your Gold Report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to tfnn.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of The Money Game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. I know you love this USA Today, and I do too, but check this out, folks, okay? So on the front page of the money section, it just says, just say no to Christmas. Some cut back, others opt out of the holiday completely. You know, that, folks, is the ultimate. And go long America and King Dollar's on the move. Because that's like depression talk.
Right,
do you know what I mean?
I
scanned the article, somewhat. And, there are people that no doubt are hurting,
oh, absolutely.
And they, there's people that say, okay, there's too much of this, too much of that. The bottom line, folks, is that is telling me that, 2012 is going to be great. And it has nothing to do, just so you can wrap your head around this, by the way, too, folks, okay? Get-togethers like that have nothing to do, to me, they don't, about, you don't have to go get something, but, and in fact, this guy here, I'm going to get this guy is going to be off the O'Brien clan now. Listen to this. Listen to this, folks, okay? He's kicked out of the O'Brien clan. Mark O'Brien, 47, a Chicago computer analyst, says he can't afford Christmas. He just doesn't want anything to do with it. Well, he's kicked out of the O'Brien clan. I'm not a Scrooge, he says, but I'm not religious, and I don't like all the force of the season. My friends and family know I care about them. Well, the bottom line is that that's a joke. That guy's he's out of the O'Brien clan because it's just a get-together.
Good riddance.
It's a get-together.
That's right.
It's
that's right.
It's not.
For sure.
I mean, friends, family, community. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
That guy's How did that happen, man? How did he get that name?
I don't know.
Mark, you're out.
He spelled it the same way?
He's done.
He spelled it the same way, too?
He does.
Oh, man.
It's disgusting.
Taking him off that Christmas card
Unbelievable.
list.
I'm telling you, man. Unbelievable. Really is.
I love it.
So he wanted to look at Hovania. Hovania is not the one, Todd, that you want to deal with. And, we were just talking about this. So Hovania, building-wise, this is a home builder, okay? You're talking about townhomes. You're talking about, Virginia. Well, look at this. Actually, this is pretty cool watching this. So watch this, folks. They do a lot of business in, New Jersey, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Virginia, Maryland, New York, California, Texas. Low's 89 cents, the high's $5, right? Now, this equity is not operating like Lennar is or like Toll Brothers is.
Yeah.
Okay? It's, bottom line, got destroyed. It's still destroyed. I wouldn't touch it. $1.59. Now, what the differences are, if you go over to Lennar, Lennar just went from $12 to $20. If you go over to Toll Brothers, you take a look at Toll Brothers, Toll Brothers has gone from 14 to 20. Mm-hmm. Now, both of those equities, okay, so Toll Brothers, big operator in Florida. Lennar, big operator in Florida. And I know that sounds like, there's been so many foreclosures in Florida, and there has, folks, okay? But both of those companies, what they did, which is so smart, is that they, first off, folks, Florida continues to grow, okay? They had 2 down years. But the bottom line, it continues to grow, and it's going to continue to grow. What both those companies got to do was, when the downdraft come, they sold land at huge losses.
Yeah, they needed to get cash. They needed to raise cash to survive.
That's right.
They knew they were heading into their winter season.
Right.
Yeah.
And what happened, folks, because the tax law changed, you allowed to claw back 5 years. They sold, then they got all the taxes back that they had paid.
Yeah.
So it was hundreds of millions of dollars, right?
Yep.
And then what did they do? They turned around and bought again. So they're in great shape. I mean, it's absolutely wild. So they bought the land back. I happen to know they bought the land back because I was looking at a large piece of land down in it's a sterile Florida. It's where one of the universities are. Okay.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I saw when they sold it. I saw when they bought it back.
Yeah.
And they bought it back at 40 cents on the dollar. What they sold it for. Someone else
that's nice
took the
move.
beat.
That is a nice move.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
and they'll start building them out again.
Yeah.
They actually are building them out right now.
Right.
Amazing. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Huge. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Folks, we at the Dow up 35, NASDAQ up 11, S&P's up 5. We do wish everyone a great holiday, a safe holiday, and to make sure there's no drinking and driving, folks. Those cabs, take those cabs.
Absolutely. And look, and the great news, folks, is that, Tom is proof of that. I mean, what you're putting out there, you actually do.
Right.
I mean, you actually do. If
Right.
you're going to a party and it's at a hotel, you automatically get in a room at that hotel.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
And, you and Ange are going to be drinking something.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can just simply jump in a cab.
Right. And, depending where you live, there's no doubt we're really lucky around where we live. And you can call a cab, and, 5 minutes later, they're here.
For sure.
So it is really cool, but... bottom line, take it, folks, okay?
Yeah.
Because we all go out, and you can, if you don't drink, great. That's perfect, okay?
That's right.
Then you're all set, okay?
Yeah.
But the reality is that even if you think you're going to go out and have a couple, well, you know what? You have 3 or 4, and all of a sudden,
for sure, one thing leads to another.
And then it's just a bad scene.
Yeah.
And it makes no sense whatsoever. Particularly because what are we talking? $10 to $50. So it's like,
That's right.
And don't ruin your life over something like that, or ruin someone else's life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What is really cool is that all our children really take cabs on a consistent basis. And that is so cool because, depending on how old you are, folks, you can remember, like when we were growing up, that was a joke.
Right.
You'd have a cooler in the back of the car, man.
Right.
And you're sitting there drinking with a cooler in the back of the car. When I think about some of these things, it's like, oh my God.
Absolutely.
And at that point, it was actually legal, which really blows my mind. Think about it, right? The cops, what used to happen to us, folks, the cops would stop us, but they would just stop us just to take our beer.
Yeah.
That's all they do. They'd stop us and take our beer.
Yeah, it must have been a Boston thing.
Oh, it was a Boston thing.
Okay.
Oh, no, it definitely was a Boston thing, man. They'd stop, they'd take your beer, and they'd just let you go and say, we got our beer, and they'd throw it right in the car.
I told you that I think I told you when my parents had moved to Milwaukee, and my mom worked at a brewery there.
Yes.
And I spent like 6-7 months in Milwaukee, in the Milwaukee area. And I would go pick her up, and I would be drinking, and for lunch there, they served beer. So all the guys, all the operators with the forklifts, and everything else. You'd think about. Can you imagine if around here we were having beer and wine or what have you at lunch? It'd be totally checked out. Just the productivity
totally.
and anything the insurance of operating a forklift.
So check this out, folks. This is pretty wild. I remember the first time that I had a meeting like with a big corporation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30, right? Now, I'm all decked out, right? I have an office on State Street, right? So I'm going into this big bank, right? And it wasn't with the bank, but it was with a bunch of other bankers that were in the building, right?
Right.
So I go to sit down, right? And they say, okay, these two guys, great guys. I did business with them for a long time. They say, okay, Tom, let's get downstairs. So we get downstairs, and there's a bar downstairs, right? Well, they're a lot older than me at that point. Well, I'm 30. They were like 45, 47 or something, right? And they order martinis, right?
Oh, baby.
And so they say, well, do you drink martinis? I didn't even know what a martini was. And
I do now.
And then, well, no, I didn't drink it, man, because as soon as they said it was vodka, I got so sick when I was a kid with vodka, man, that I don't touch vodka.
Okay, all right.
But anyway, I said, well, I like 7 at 7, so I drink 7 at 7. I'm sitting there saying to myself, this is amazing.
Yeah.
It's lunchtime.
Exactly.
We're blasted by 1 o'clock.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
And we go back up to their office. By 2:30, they gave me the whole account, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, this is just amazing,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
And what happened is that went on for like a couple years, and then that's just, I think it was 82 or 83, they changed the law.
Okay.
And that hurt the restaurants because before, the 2 martini lunch, you used to be able to write everything off.
And
that's only kind of when I was just getting into the whole corporate structure there.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget that, man. That is like so over the top, it's unbelievable. And I don't even know, it's interesting when they say that the United States, was accelerating before. Well, maybe we should all just go back to drinking martinis at lunchtime or something. I'm only kidding, folks. I'm only kidding.
Yeah, it's and it is interesting. When I was in the computer business, we had 18 stores in Florida. Some of them were stores that were franchises.
Yes.
And the stores, I had a couple of stores down in Miami that were franchises, a couple that were that we owned. And but when we would go, now the ones that were in Miami, the franchises were from some guys in Argentina and South America, and it was kind of like their custom, if you will, when they went out for lunch, and went to some great restaurants, but be having a couple of beers or what have you during lunch.
Sure.
And I'd have to try to go back and do work.
Yeah.
I was kind of checked out.
No, I know. I know.
It's hard to maintain that same level of energy.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. When I can, and this is funny because I was talking with Steve about this Monday morning. When I can is on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Because on a Sunday afternoon, I normally won't have anything because I'm waiting for the Orient to open up, Asia to open up.
Right.
But this past Sunday afternoon, folks, what happened is that we were at a wedding, and so I said, okay, I'll have a couple beers, and the people at the table are looking at me, and they're saying, man, you're already working, aren't you? And that's what happens, folks. That gets uneasy. I mean, do you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't supposed to be looking like I'm working, and I wasn't looking. Well, I didn't think I was anyway.
We're always working.
Evidently, my head must have been going. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh man. Let's go to Tom in Colorado. Hey, Tom, what's happening?
Good morning, guys.
How you doing?
Oh, it's beautiful. We got about a foot of snow out on the back patio.
Yeah, I love that.
That is dynamite, man.
I love it. I'm a Scandinavian, so I love this kind of weather.
A Scandinavian. I like that, man.
Hey, I'm looking at the gold contract, and by the way, I'm watching you on my Droid right now because I got my gold contract card up.
Isn't that cool, man?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. If you're not on my laptop or on my desktop, I'm watching you on my Droid.
That's a beautiful thing. Well, we appreciate that.
And your charts are really clear on my Droid, believe it or not.
I know. Isn't it amazing how it's almost like on the phones, it's almost like they're coming clearer. It's really wild how that works. Yeah.
And I have to admit, on my Droid, it's as clear as my laptop and clearer than my old desktop here.
Yeah, isn't it? I know. I was watching it. I know it's really cool.
I think though we're really clear on those 60-inch LED TVs though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You got to try that one out too, Tom.
You stay right there for a second, Tom. We're going to be coming right back. This is Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We got Tom from Colorado. He's got a foot of snow on his back porch. Isn't that a beautiful thing?
With the Coors are out there getting nice stuff.
I think the Bears are coming out there. We're going to come right back, folks.
As Tom says, go long, America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses. Keep money in your community and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today. Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Steve Rhodes as he teaches techniques on technical analysis using pattern recognition, celestial charting, Fibonacci, and other tools, as well as money management while reaching for those trading and investing profits. The Trader's Edge, next on TFNN.
Trader's Edge. And don't forget, folks, come over to our website at TFNN. Steve has an outstanding calculator right on the front page. You can check it out 30 days, man.
Yeah, a position size calculator, folks. All you have to do is you click on the link. It's in the carousel on the left, and you can watch the video that'll teach you and train you. Or if you already are familiar with the information there, just click on the button, and you can go to it right now. It'll put it on your members page. And you want to become a member. If you're not a member, go over to the homepage of TFNN. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see Become a Member, and in about 60 seconds, you're all set.
And it's free.
That's right.
We're talking with Tom from Colorado. We're talking about gold. Now, the gold contract, what are we doing here, Tom?
Okay. There was some guru who taught me about quality volume. His name escapes me.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my Thinker Drowned chart.
Okay.
And I'm looking at an 8-point. I'm looking at a daily chart. 8 point is 11/8, okay, November 8th.
Okay.
My B point is November 21st.
Yes.
C point, are you with me so far? 12/2.
Okay.
December 12th.
That's right.
Okay, now we start going down on our D leg.
Yes.
And I noticed that the volume is lower than on that that B point there. So we're going past that B point, closing below that B point that we set out there on November 21st. We hit it with lesser volume. We went down and finished our D point at a perfect little 1.382, thereabouts. Are you with me so far?
That's right, yes.
Okay. It looks like we've got a bullish Gartley that may or may not pan out very well. And I'm just wondering if you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. And I'm using my X point as, back on October 20th. You with me so far?
Yes.
Okay. What do you guys take?
Well,
what's your take on it?
My take is that we're going a lot lower. See, now when you say that when we pass that B point, I have that passing that B point on the 12th and 13th of December with volume.
Okay, I've got 153 and then 171 on those two candles there.
Well, if you go, what you have to do is this, because you get continuous contracts in the contract, you have to go over to if you go over to the GLD, you'll see the GLD had 22 million shares. You basically blew by that with 25 million shares. Okay, now I've
pulled up the GLD on another charting service, and you know what? I'm actually on my chart on the. Let me spread it out.
No, on the. I'll also mention this to you, Tom. On the when you're taking a look at your X point that you're using, you really need to go back to that September 26th. Low that we made out there. I know you were using, the October 20th, which is fine.
I see that.
Which is fine, but you really want to go back to the more major swing points, of a move and just and take a look at that.
Yeah, the sore thumb point there. I see that on 9/26. Now on my other chart here, my GLD chart, I've got on the 12th of December, I've got what looks to be a little less volume than that November 21st point when we went over it and closed below it. Well, wait a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, go look at the 13th, though.
Okay, now I'm looking at the 13th, and you had more volume. Okay, I got you. That was where it actually did its thing.
Yeah. With that GLD chart, it's also trying to set up for possibly a third gap down.
Yeah, bottom line, do not buy gold.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, yeah, I'm pretty leery of it. And by the way, the gold contract is showing a little bit different story, though.
Okay, man, listen, you have a great one. Have a safe one.
Too.
You stay right there, folks. Our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes, is going to be coming right back at you, and then we're going to...
Are your cable rates